Hello and welcome to a guide for the Botania add-on Mythic Botany. In this video, we'll be going over what you can do in the mod, as well as some of the changes this mod has made to normal Botania. Keep in mind that some mod packs might change aspects of this depending on the mod pack creator's discretion. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. One thing added is the new Wand of the Forest. And instead of using living wood twigs, you can now use dream wood twigs to kind of give this more of a gray looking wand, I guess, instead of the normal brown. And again, you can use any petals you want to change the colors of the petals on here. This has no actual use difference between this Wand of the Forest and the normal one. If I take it out, it's currently in bind mode. I can switch it over to function mode. It's pretty much exactly the same, it's just that it's a different aesthetic if that's what you're into. 9 new runes have been added based on the 9 different worlds. Each of them can be made in the runic altar and will be used in different crafting recipes later down the line. The rune of Midgard is made with a grass block, mana steel ingot, a rune of earth, a rune of spring, and a rune of greed. The rune of Alfheim is made with a leaf block, an elementium ingot, a rune of air, a rune of summer, and a rune of lust. The rune of Nifilheim is made with an iron block, a brick, a rune of earth, a rune of winter, and a rune of sloth. The rune of Jotunheim is made with a black stone, a brick, a rune of earth, a rune of autumn, and a rune of gluttony. The rune of Muspelheim is made with a magna block, a nether brick, a rune of fire, a rune of summer, and a rune of wrath. The rune of Nifilheim is made with a blue ice, an iron ingot, a rune of water, a rune of winter, and a rune of wrath. The rune of Asgard is made with a rod of the Bifrost, a netherite ingot, a rune of air, a rune of autumn, and a rune of pride. The rune of Vanaheim is made with an elven gateway core, a netherite ingot, a rune of earth, a rune of summer, and a rune of pride. The rune of Helheim is made with any mob head, a gold ingot, a rune of fire, a rune of autumn, and a rune of envy. The mana collector is a way to transfer mana from flowers to a mana pool without using spreaders. To craft it, you need 6 glimmering dream wood, a Gaia spirit ingot, a pixie dust, and a rune of Vanaheim. To show you exactly how this works, I will go over that when I go over the new mana generating flowers you can make. The Raindeletia makes mana from rain. To make it, you need to toss 1 light blue petal, 1 blue petal, 1 magenta petal, 1 white petal, and a rune of water into a petal apothecary. When placed down, I recommend connecting it to a mana collector because that was pretty much the only thing able to really be able to transfer the mana effectively. And as you can see, I have 4 rain flowers connected to 3 separate mana collectors, each of them on different types of ground. This is because if you place it on either vivid soil or enchanted soil, it will actually increase the output of the mana generated by the flowers, in turn giving you more mana. Also, flowers will also make more mana if it is a thunderstorming as compared to just raining. So I have each of these linked over to their 3 separate mana pools, got them color coordinated, and let's just go right into it. So if I set the weather to rain, you can see that it is creating mana. Well, all of them. The normal rain ones on normal soil don't really generate that much mana when it is just normal raining. As you can see, on the vivid soil they are creating some, but on the enchanted ones, they are really making it. Even though it's still not as much as compared, if you don't really sleep through rainstorms, this is actually not a bad flower to have to generate mana. Now, let's go over and activate it as thunderstorms. See, it's rain and thunder, and the normal ones are now generating mana, with the other ones also generating it a little bit quicker. So if you're in a rainy area, or if you want to just have somewhat better passive mana generation, these flowers are pretty nice to have. The only only downside, you need a mana collector. But one more thing to note about the mana collectors is that you need sparks to transfer the mana, and you also need a recessive augment on the sparks associated with it, or else they won't be able to transfer the mana, because these things will store the mana, but they actually need to get rid of it somehow, and sparks is the best way to do it. The Wither Aconite makes mana from nether stars. To make it, you need to toss 1 withered rose, 2 black petals, and a rune of pride into a petal apothecary. Now, when it is connected to a mana collector, it will generate mana from nether stars, and a lot of it. So if you want to best be able to transfer quickly, you need a mana collector and some sparks. If I toss it in, you can see the mana transfer, and well, using it, and the star ain't going anywhere. Now I'll wait here for a moment to show you just exactly how much mana it will make from a single star. And now that it's complete, you can see that I have, well, 2 completely full mana pools. So 1 nether star will give you 2 completely full pools. That's a lot of mana, and that's nice to have. But then again, nether stars don't grow on trees unless you have mystical agriculture. Then they grow, in plants, but that still takes a long time. Then again, if you can make a lot of nether stars, or at least get them pretty consistently, and you need mana, 2 whole pools from 1 star, that's pretty nice returns. The Exoblaze is a functional flower that powers brewing stands. To make it, you'll need to toss 2 yellow petals, 1 gray petal, 1 light gray petal, 1 rune of fire, and a blaze powder into a petal apothecary. Now, as you can see in front of me, I got 3 brewing stands with awkward potions and stuff I need to make certain potions. And I have my Exoblaze in front of me, but I need to provide it mana. So I placed down a creative mana pool. You can see that, well, it is now being powered. If I go over to my brewing stands, you can see they're filling up with blaze powder. So my potions can be brewed. And as we go through, we'll wait a little bit till we get all of our potions. We got night vision, we got instant health, and we got strength. So we got our strength, regen, and night vision. So if you're going to do a lot of brewing, or have a way to hook these up so you can automatically brew certain potions you'd want a lot of, the Exoblaze is a nice way to power them without needing to have a ton of blaze powder. The Aquapanthus tops off your water. To make it, you need to toss 2 blue petals, 1 light blue petal, 1 green petal, and 1 cyan petal into a petal apothecary. Now, when this is provided mana, it will fill up cauldrons and petal apothecaries, and any other blocks that can hold water. Now, as you can see, this little blue spark, I guess you can call it, is actually it in action. While I was setting up, it ran out of mana before it could actually fill it up. So it's just kind of, well, floating here. Now if I place down a mana pool to power it, you can see the little blue sparks coming out of it to fill up the desired items, such as there goes our cauldrons, and it filled up the petal apothecary too. So again, if you're going to be using a lot of water, a lot of flower crafting, or just brewing, crafting, or anything else similar to that, and you need stuff topped off in water, this is a nice flower to have. The Hellbore won't allow piglins or hoglins to change. To craft it, you need to toss 2 red petals, 1 purple petal, 1 cyan petal, and 1 rune of fire into a petal apothecary. And as you can see, I have a nice range around here, and any piglin or hoglin that is within this range won't be zombified like they would do normally. So if you have one you're trading with and you kind of want to keep them around for long, this is a nice flower to have. It is functional, so it does need to be provided constant mana, because it will be constantly going off, affecting any creature within its range. The Ring of Nifilheim will slow enemies and prevent some damage. To craft it, you need 4 elementium and a Rune of Nifilheim. So I take it and equip it And let me give you some enemies, such as creepers. Whoop. Spawn creepers, you can see that there are slight particle effects coming off me. This is, well, snow. So if I hit creeper, you can see the particle effects because it is now slowed for a short amount of time. It only lasts for about 3 seconds. Actually, it's 2 if I'm counting correctly. But that could be the difference between a creeper blowing you up or you escaping. As well as this will work on any type of mob. So also it'll prevent some damages, such as if this creeper would blow up and launch me into a wall and glitch me in, it'll prevent me from that type of damage. The Ring of Muspelheim makes you immune to fire. To craft it, you need 4 Elementium and a Rune of Muspelheim. So let me equip it. I'll head right down here and with my Gauntlet of Fire. If I put myself in survival mode and check, let's make sure I have it on. So magma blocks. You can see I'm taking damage, but my health isn't going down. Fire. I am still, again, taking the damage effect, but my health isn't going down. I decide to swim through some lava. And last but not least, some more fire. So even though I am still, you can see it, I'm taking the fire damage hit markers, but my health isn't going down. It's because, well, the ring. So it's nice to have when you're traversing the nether. The mana infuser is how you get Alfsteel, and to craft it, you need 3 Elementium ingots, a glimmering dreamwood, Rune of Winter, Autumn, Spring, and Summer, and lastly, a Rune of Asgard. And this will give you your mana infuser. This is similar to the Terrasteel agglomeration plate, and I'll go over exactly how you use it. So as you can see, I have 4 things of shimmer rock, 5 things of shimmer rock, and 4 gold blocks. Just like the Terrasteel agglomeration plate, you need this base for it to work. By placing the mana infuser on top with a spark, it is complete. For this case, I've color coded my sparks to orange, but like this, it won't just work. You actually have to apply a dominant spark augment to the spark above your infuser for it to work. Now, to make Alfsteel, you need 1 Elementium ingot, a pixie dust, and a dragonstone. As you can see, it's working, and you would also need 2 full pools of mana. And that, again, will give you 1 Alfsteel. A nice thing about this is that this can replace your Terrasteel agglomeration plate, because you can also make Terrasteel on this as well. And I'll fast forward till this is complete. And we have an Alfsteel. So now that you have your Alfsteel ingot, what can you make with it? Well, as you can see, we have armor, tools, weapons, accessories, as well as a double Alfsteel ingot. Now, to make the double Alfsteel ingot, you need 2 Alfsteel, a mana powder, and this will give you this. Now that you have, well, your Alfsteel and your double ingot, to make these items, all you have to do is take the Terrasteel version of it into a smithing table. Now, if I open mine here, I can see I have a Terra Shatterer. The tools such as the Terra Shatterer, the Terra Trunkinator, Terra Blade, Greater Band of Mana, and Greater Band of Aura only need a single Alfsteel. And this would give me my Alf Shatterer. Now, armor is different. Armor would require the double Alfsteel ingot. And this will give you your Alfsteel version of it. Now, first I'll go over the specifics of the armor. Now, the armor has the same base defense as the Terrasteel version, but each piece has a different modifier. The helmet will give you a 2-block reach. The chest plate will give you a +10 knockback resistance. The legs will grant a slight increase in swimming and walking speed, and the boots will make you jump up 2 blocks. And if you're wearing the full set, you get the bonuses of all rods and tools will cost 20% less mana, you'll regen health even when your hunger is not full, and you'll passively generate mana to fill rings and tablets. Now the difference is, we'll go over the Elf Blade is, well, it's increased damage and it has a faster swing speed. That's really it. If I take it and I left click, it still fires a beam. The Elf Shatterer not only dig vertically blocks for you, but it will also dig horizontally. The Elf Trunkinator, if you're holding shift and you right click while you have it in your hand, it will pull items nearby to you. The greatest band of mana will hold twice as much mana as the greater band of mana, and the greatest band of aura will passively generate almost twice as much mana as compared to its Terrasteel counterpart. The Alfsteel Pylon can be used to repair tools. To craft it, you need 3 Alfsteel nuggets, a Terra Pylon, and a gas tier. And when you have a mana spreader aimed at this and providing it with mana, it will repair any Alfsteel item or any item that has the mending enchantment in your inventory as long as you're within the vicinity of it. So I can't have this work across the map, but as long as I'm within a somewhat of a close proximity for it, it will work. But there's one important thing to note, is that Mythic Botany actually changed the recipe for the Gaia Pylon. So if we come around here, you can see it's changed, that you actually have to use a Alfsteel Pylon to make it, with 2 Elementium Ingots and 2 Pixie Dust. So to fight the Gaia Guardian, you need Alfsteel, which is a higher hurdle to pass than just, well, normal Terrasteel. But in my opinion, Alfsteel is better than Terrasteel stuff, and if any of you watched the first time I've tried to show off the fight against the Gaia Guardian, I died horrifically multiple times. So having the Alfsteel items, tools, and just more better stuff, in my opinion, is pretty nice to have. Mythic Botany adds new Rune Rituals, which to do them, you have to do a multi-step process in order to complete them. The first thing you need to do is you would have to defeat the Gaia Guardian 2 to get the Rune Tablet of Mjollnir. I butchered that name, but I'll go over that later. That is the first step you need. The second step is you'll need this branch of Yggdrasil. To craft it, you need 6 living wood and 3 Terrasteel nuggets, similar to the Elven Gateway core. Now that you have your branch of Yggdrasil, you actually need a Gjallarhorn. So if I come to my inventory, I'll take my Horn of the Wild, and if I toss it into a mana pool, as you can see, it gives me the Gjallarhorn. Now the next thing you need to do is you need to give this to a branch of Yggdrasil, and it will use mana in order to fill it from water from the Well of Mjollnir. I'm going to take this over here. I'll place you down right there. Give you this. Let's go into here. Whoops, I forgot a spreader. Let's take you. Bam. And as you can see, mana is firing into it. Water is coming out from the twig into the Gjallarhorn. This will use maybe 1/8 of mana from a pool. It's not that much. It's somewhat insignificant, the amount of mana it actually uses. But as it fills up, you'll get a different icon of the horn with, well, water in it. So you can see it is now filled. If I take it out, you can see water from the Well of Mjollnir. So if I drink it, you'll see that I've already gained the knowledge. You guys will see this message, and this tells you that you now have access to the Rune Mat, to Rune Rituals. To start your Rune Rituals, you need a Master Rune Holder. To To craft this, you need 3 emeralds and a mana powder. You only need 1 of these, and during any of the rune rituals you do, anything placed on top of here will be consumed. Now, if you have your normal rune holders such as these, which require 3 iron and a mana powder, you would need multiple of these because you have to place runes on top of them. But a good thing about these is runes on the normal rune holders will not be consumed, so you get all of those back. It's only whatever's placed on the emerald one will be consumed. There are 3 main rituals in the base version of Mythic Botany that you can use the rune rituals to make. Now let me go over them now. The first rune ritual is to make Mjollnir. Now, to make this, you need 4 runes of Wrath, 4 runes of Greed, 4 runes of Earth, 4 runes of Air, 2 runes of Nifilheim, a rune of Asgard, and a rune of Jotunheim, as well as a rune tablet which will be placed on the Master Rune Holder. You would also need polished andesite, a gold ingot, a golden pasture seed, a red string, and a tiny planet. These will be placed next to the Master Ritual Holder, the Master Rune Holder, and they will be consumed as well. Now to power it, you don't need mana spreaders or sparks. It will actually use mana from either Band of Mana or mana tablets within your inventory. It will not work with mana mirrors. I've tried it, and for some reason it's just not happy with it. Also for Mjollnir, you'll need a flask of shielding, but I'll go over that in a moment. So I'll take a little bird's eye view, and this is how you have to set up the runes in order to make the ritual. You can find all of this information in the Lexica Botania, but it will just tell you how many blocks away you need it. This is a nice visual you can use for help. Okay, now that you have seen it, I'll go next to my Master Rune Holder, and I will toss all the needed items. I'll take my Wand of the Forest, and I will right click the Master Rune Holder, and as you can see, it is happening. My Band of Mana is getting its mana taken from it, and boop, all of my runes are back, and Mjollnir is here. Let me go and dump all of these in a chest. Now, you can see I've now picked up Mjollnir. But there's one interesting thing about this. Well, I'm in creative. Let me place it down, and let me go into survival. Now let me pick it up. As you can see, I can't. That is because to be able to hold Mjollnir, you actually need to have the absorption potion effect active on you. So you take my flask of shielding, I can now pick up and wield Mjollnir. Now there's a few things this hammer can do. Number 1 is, well, if you left click and hit an enemy with it, it will do 25 points of damage. Which is, well, I mean, you'll be able to one-shot any normal mob in Minecraft. But again, it is a slightly slower attack speed than a sword, but 25 points of damage is pretty nice. The other thing you can do is you can right click with it, and you will throw the hammer. And it is not the fastest, but again, it's a ranged weapon that when you throw it and it hits an enemy, it will actually spawn lightning on the enemy. So let me go over to some of these pigs over here and sadly use them as an example. Sorry, pig. I forgot pigs spawn zombies when they turn. So now that we have a nice another subject to use, I'll right click, attack them again. Not only do they do damage, is they also get hit by it. Now as you can see, the hammer does 25 points of damage. But they didn't really take that much. They do take a small amount of normal damage, but most of it is, well, oops, that happened quicker than I thought. but most of it is due to lightning. And as you can see, well, I lost the hammer. That's because my absorption effect ran out. So if I take another drink and have absorption, I'll pick you back up and stop bothering me. So I can see when you lose the absorption effect, it won't just go in your inventory. It will physically be placed on the ground for whatever block you're standing on. Now, if you don't want it to just drop normally, if you shift right click with it, you'll put it on the ground yourself. The next ritual is the Blood of Kvasir, and this is the first step for you to be able to actually travel to Alfheim. To start the ritual, you will need a runic tablet, 4 runes of summer, 4 runes of fire, 2 runes of Helheim, and 2 runes of Midgard, as well as a soul scribe, an Alfsteel ingot, a mana glass vial, and a trader egg. Or, in this case, you'll need an actual wandering trader within the area of the ritual. So, I'll just flap again and you can see kind of how the runes are supposed to be oriented. So if I go and I toss, first thing I do is I'll spawn my wandering trader, toss mana glass, ingot, scribe, right click. Sadly, we've lost our trader and our items, but then again, this is for a good cause. And if we wait, boop, we have our Blood of Kvasir. Now, this by itself can't really do much, but if you take it and you add a bottle of honey, you will get your mead. Let me take that up, and then I will drink it. So, told me I've already gained talents, but basically what I'll tell you is you've been able to speak all the languages of the 9 realms, meaning your portal to Alfheim is now, well, a portal to Alfheim. And, well, welcome to Alfheim, everybody. It's a really nice place. We got a nice rainbow, there's Earth, or I guess Midgard, some of the other planets. But also some other nice things is all the trees here are dreamwood trees. So you got your dreamwood growing anywhere you want it. One thing to note is that these don't drop saplings, so you can't really plant new dreamwood trees. But they do drop special apples known as, well, I say apples. They look like apples. They're actually called dream cherries. And they do provide significantly more saturation than they would than normal food would. So it's nice if you got to top off. You only need a little bit of food, but you want a lot of saturation. The other thing is that if we drop down here, you can see living rock instead of, well, normal rock. And let me see if I can find some. One nice thing is you can actually find ores in here. Let me just start chugging down through the world. Yep, they're as rare as I thought I read. So you can actually find ores in the world. Some of these ores is for dragonstone, elementium, and gold. Oh, wait, no, I see some. There's some right here. This is elementium ore. What's this? This is metamorphic mountain stone. That's the other thing you can find is you can find the metamorphic stones within the living rock. And you can also find some ores as well. Again, as we dig this giant hole, and I've immediately lost it. But there are also some other biomes in here. As well as Dreamwood. You have Dreamwood, you have meadows, and some other stuff. Let's make it day. And you can see, not... Normally, you get zombies, creepers, and other mods. No. In here, you get your illusionists, your witches, and I thought Vindicators also... I thought I read Vindicators also spawn. think it was when I saw some, but whatever. You also find Daybloom and Nightshade looking flowers. They don't actually function like they do. And you can also find petal apothecaries just scattered around the landscape. So this is actually a really nice place. You got mystical flowers, got some nice stuff. It's a really nice, in my opinion, I've said it a lot, this is a nice place. But there's also another reason to come here. And that is, there's a biome known as the Golden Fields biome. I should hit F3. You can see I should actually be in one. Actually, no, I'm technically in an Alfheim Lakes. Alfheim Plains. Yeah, so you have the Dreamwood Forest, the Alfheim Lakes, Alfheim Plains, but you also have Golden Fields. You probably let me teleport it to you. I'll show you what they are, and a little dungeon you can find inside it. Okay, we are back. So this is a Golden Fields biome. Ton of pixie spawns. Also, if you kill these pixies, you'll get pixie dust. But, so what we're looking for is this. This is Andwari's Cave. And it's a little bit hard to find unless you're lucky and the majority of it spawns actually outside. But these are a little difficult to find because normally only this area is seen. Is that piggy just dying? Because only this area is seen and not the rest of it. So if we come down and we dig through this wall, you can see it's filled with gold. And if we, mine the gold, you'll get gold blocks. But also hidden is a chest. In that chest is more gold. But more importantly, it's the cursed ring of Andwari. If you equip this, it will give you poison. But if you remove the curse with a rune ritual, you will be able to get the benefits of it without the negatives. Now let's head back so I can show you how to do that ritual. Now that we're back, I'll show you how to remove the curse from the ring. And while I was actually coming back, I accidentally equipped it. And you can see, well, I have the ring and I have poison. So let me remove that. To make the ritual, you will need 1 rune of mana, which will go on the Master Rune Holder, 4 runes of Pride, 2 runes of Water, and 1 rune of Alfheim, as well as a mana weave cloth to kind of clean it off. There you go, boink, boink, and bam. You can see it is now all getting absorbed into it. And then we have our ring, along with all of our runes back. The nice thing about this is that if I go let's get some gold blocks, because good old Andwari was a big fan of gold. So let me, I have my gold. Let me start placing it down. As you can see in my inventory, I now have 11 gold nuggets. I got some more. What's this? A golden sword with Bane of Arthropods. Nuggets. Ingots. Just place a bunch down. We got more ingots. We got carrots. We got a pickaxe. And every time you place down a gold block, you get another gold item. See, there's one really cool thing I got. Enchanted gold apples. Oh, I think I accidentally deleted while I was setting up for everything. I got a golden hoe with like every enchantment on it. Well, not every enchantment, but a lot of enchantments. Yeah, golden horse armor. And this will use a little bit amount of mana every time you place it. Not that much. But again, if you use this a lot, there is a chance that this ring will then become cursed. So keep that in mind when you're using it, because then you have to perform the ritual again in order to uncurse it. Now you have all you need to continue your journey with Mythic Botany. That is all I have. Now you have all you need to continue your journey with Mythic Botany. That is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more Minecraft guides and the occasional other video. And thank you all for watching and have a good day. Bye.